let's go ahead and call this Pompano Beach Community Redevelopment Agency meeting to order, November 18th, 2025, about 1 o'clock. If I could ask everyone to please silence your cell phones or put them on vibrate during the meeting so we don't get disrupted by somebody getting a phone call. So please silence those cell phones or put them on vibrate. Very good, thank you. Let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Fezzik, Commissioner Perkins,
Here.
Commissioner Segerson-Eaton,
Here.
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Here.
Mayor Harton.
Here, thank you. If we can all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can I get a motion approving the CRA board meeting minutes of September 16th, 2025?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. Can I get a motion approving the CRA board meeting minutes of September 18th, 2025?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. Mr. Tran, any changes to our agenda this afternoon?
There are no changes, Chair.
Very good. Can I get a motion approving the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. That takes us up to audience to be heard. Is there anyone signed up for audience to be heard today, Mr. Alfred?
Mayor, I only have one speaker,
Very good.
Michael Saversky.
Okay. Just name and address for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
All right, Michael Skaversky, 1630 Southwest Fifth Avenue. 2 comments. These 4-year terms that you pretty much, I didn't really see anybody argue over. We've already voted on this. I think this is a disgrace that this is stuff is going to be put on a ballot. We voted on this, and somebody up here forgets that we tried to get 8-year terms a couple years ago. 8 years and you're out. The only person that has ever been elected in the city of Pompano Beach since I've been following, that I have respect for, that I don't agree with, but I respect him, was Barry Doxwell. Doxwell said 6 years and I'm out. And he was a good man. He told the truth. The rest of you do not. He was good, honest, and he left when he said he was going to leave. And 6 years is about all you need. When I ran, I was telling people 6 years is as far as I'm going to go if I win. That's it. But obviously the rest of you just love being up here, and the main reason is you've never had any leadership qualities in your life. And now that you're a leader, you still don't know how to be a leader and treat people properly. In conclusion, we now have pickleball courts down the street from where I live. Someone stated that a 12-foot fence would look like a jail. If balls go out on the street, hit a motor vehicle, and there's a lawsuit, the person that did not listen to me, you can pay for the lawsuit. I've already spoken to 2 people that are attorneys that play pickleball. They say, why didn't she listen to you? I said, because she only thinks she's right 100% of the time. $1.1 million for pickleball courts. I asked people that are tournament players, that are excellent players. They said the max they should have cost was $500,000, but we paid $1.1 million for those courts. There should be a 12-foot fence, actually with a net overhanging, because a deflection that goes out in the street, there could be a problem. I saw the plans, and I didn't actually believe plans because I know how stuff gets changed. I thought there actually was still going to be parking. Now that it's right up against the street, that's amazing. Zero common sense, like usual. Zero common sense. A+ student, without a doubt, with zero common sense. If someone sues, you pay for it. Yes, you, because you didn't listen.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Vice Mayor?
You can argue with him, but you know what happens when you argue with me.
Mr. Skaversky,
No.
thank you. Your time is done.
Just wanted to
Time is done.
remind the speakers that
Your time is done, Mr. Skaversky.
we're not supposed to target
Mr.
individual
Skaversky,
people.
Wait, Mr. Skaversky, your time is done. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind the speakers that we are not supposed to be, that they're not supposed to be targeting individual people with accusations or disparaging them across the.
Very good.
Mayor,
Commissioner Perkins.
I just want to
remind anyone that is listening or even care that a few years ago on the ballot, I think we were supposed to vote for 4-year terms. I was one of those that was against the 4 years because we didn't have term limits. But because we're adding 4 years with term limits, I totally 100% support it. Thank you.
Very good. Any further audience to be heard, Mr. Alfred?
That concludes audience to be heard.
Very good. Thank you for that. That takes us up to our regular agenda. Item number 1 is a resolution.
A resolution of the Pompano Beach Community Redevelopment Agency approving and authorizing the proper officials to execute a facade and business site improvement program grant agreement between the CRA and Shermar's Creative Kitchen LLC, DBA Big Daddy Conch Restaurant and Grill, relating to the property located at 361 Northwest 27th Avenue, providing an effective date and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Good afternoon, Mr. Camayo. Oops, technical difficulty.
I'm just trying to get the display on.
Well, it's got power. There we go.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, committee members, board members, excuse me. Evan Camejo, CRA Project Manager. Today I'm here to present to you Big Daddy Conch's Restaurant and Grill. They're an applicant for our facade and business site improvement program grant. The property is located at 361 Northwest 27th Avenue. They're actually just south of the new BSO substation. You'll see they're right on the corner of 3rd Street and 27th Avenue. Here are some current photos of the existing building. They've started some work on the interior, and they're currently looking to do the outside, the exterior of the building. You'll see that they've installed a door there and 2 windows. And this is the east side of the building. The scope of work for the exterior includes security cameras, brick pavers and landscaping, additional parking, perimeter fencing, facade and signage, patio roof structure, exterior restrooms and storage, as well as a dumpster enclosure. The eligible project cost is $68,000, and the maximum program contribution is $50,000. The total project cost, including the interior, is $185,000. And this was recommended by the Northwest CRA Advisory Board on November 3rd. These are some more photos of the existing conditions. You'll see on the left, that's the exterior, the patio area that will be upgraded. And then the right is that door to that patio area. You'll see again, this is the patio area at the top, the existing conditions, and the patio area rendering at the bottom of what it potentially could be there. Here again are the existing conditions of the front, the facade of the building. You'll see the rendering on the bottom there with the new signage present. Alrighty, this is a layout of the property itself. You'll see the pink squares outlined at the top of the page being the the patio area and restroom for the exterior. And you'll see the parking is outlined in yellow there on the right-hand side. There will be several additional parking spots. And the dumpster enclosure on the bottom left outlined in pink. The timeline per contract is 6 months to receive the permit, May 2026. The commencement of construction will be within 12 months, and the work must be completed within 24 months. And the applicant's goal is to have the work completed by January 2026. Thank you so much, and I'll open for questions.
Very good. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Please come forward. Just name and address for the record. Please limit your comments.
Sarah Peterson, 3025 Northwest 2nd Street, proud resident of District 5, Carter City, where this location will be. I am a major supporter of the Higgs family and all they've done. I'm really looking forward. He's been talking to me about it, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a great addition to the community as far as a place where people can gather and go. The patio aspect of it, I really love that. And I mean, I think this is a great addition, and I think the CRA really nailed it with this one. Hopefully they can do more to help them, but I think they're on the right track with this one. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Further input from the public?
Hi, Jocelyn Jackson. I actually met also with Mr. Higgs, and I know his mom have the famous collard greens. Collard greens are delicious. I remember when they were up there near on Dr. King Boulevard. So I am in full support of this project coming through. I love all the development that's happening in Collier City area, the new homes that the city also provided for the new residents all over, and also the new townhomes. I don't know if you guys visited lately. You have the new townhomes right there on the strip of 27th Avenue. And then it was just named after, oh God, I know that name. The street was named after him. Not the, God, I can't think, but it's a large family. It was, yes, thank you. Derico, they have a very large family here in Pompano Beach. So I'm excited, I can't wait. Hoping to see other restaurants there on that strip that just, bring it, live, looking more creative, so we'll have other places to target besides MLK. So yeah, we all for to remove the slum and blight, all this hard work, all these taxes that we paying. We want beautification, and Collier City is one of the areas that's upcoming to be beautified, so of course. And you as commissioners, when you have time, when the restaurant open, these are some real Bahamians. The food is delicious. Try it.
Very good, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Further input from the public? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion, questions, consent. Commissioner Smith.
I just want to say I'm so excited that you're coming to Collier City. I just wonder where the samples are. Did you the samples? But to see the renderings, the sidewalk appeal, and I agree that patio, just to hang out there and visit is a beautiful location. Thank you for your investment into Collier City. We appreciate it. And I'm voting for it, just in case you wondered.
Very good. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. Yeah, the renderings are beautiful, and it is not often that we go through the backup and your mouth is watering when you're reading it. So I cannot wait to get there and enjoy it also. I am a little concerned about the parking. Are there only 6 spaces, or is there additional parking?
Let me go back here. So additional parking is being created. You'll see there's 3 spots just on the bottom there.
So the 8. There's 8 total. What's the capacity of the restaurant with the patio?
32 is what I heard from the applicant.
30. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Very good. For the Commissioner Perkins.
Well, thank you, Mayor. This is a very welcome for Northwest 27th Avenue. This building has been an eyesore for a while. I would like to see what CRA can do to help accommodate them with more parking. Just based on the reputation they have and how they cook, the car is going to be everywhere. So if we can do something to maybe get additional parking, that would be very helpful. I think you said the capacity is 32? Okay. Yeah, this is very needed, and I think this is the only single standing restaurant we have on 27th. Am I right? So I would like to see what else CRA can do to help this restaurant remain or stay in business, even with their marketing side of it as to what they offer and getting the word out there. But at this time, I think we need to see what we can do to help with more parking. But this is a great upgrade and very welcome. I wish you the best, and I understand you're going to have a soft opening, right? So let us know about the soft opening so we can come. We'll be happy to come. So, but yeah, I support it 100%. Thank you.
Very good. For the Commissioner Seegerson-Eaton.
Yes, looks like it's going to be great, and it's going to be a great improvement to the area as well. And I think you can look at this as the redevelopment that we've done on 27th Avenue, that the townhouses and the new homes that have been built in Collier City. It's just really become super nice, super beautiful area, and much different from when it was. And it just kind of proves that there's a cascading effect when we invest in a community, when we clean up the slum and the blight, and we just continue to move forward. So it looks like a great plan. I wish you all the success in the world. So I'm definitely supporting it. Thank you.
Very good. Commissioner Perkins, then back to Commissioner Smith.
Yeah, as I was looking at this and thinking about 32 people, this is going to grow really fast. So we're going to need to expand this, and these are the kind of businesses I would like to see also in the new downtown once we get everything established and in place. But this is something we want there. But 32, you're going to run out of space quick. You're going to need a larger building, so we'll work toward that. We'll get started first, and then we'll think bigger later, okay? Like they say, start small, but think big. That's what we are. Thank you.
Very good. Commissioner?
Want to remind everybody that Broward MPO has a project for 27th Avenue, and it's to calm the traffic and to make it more walkable and safe. So might only have 8 parking spots, but you'll be filling the restaurant with people walking to the restaurant because people will be coming from areas around there. And I don't know if you've seen the plans for Broward MPO for 27th Avenue, but it is a really nice plan. Don't know when it's going to go in, but I think that will help to with your business. Thanks.
Very good. Ditto to everything everybody said. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Further commission discussion? Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seegerson-Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Harden.
Yes. Item number 2 is a consideration.
Consideration of an unsolicited development proposal from FD Construction Consulting LLC and Solstice Townhomes LLC to construct a 20-unit townhouse development on CRA-owned and privately owned property located on the west side of North Dixie Highway between North 14th Street and Northwest 14th Street and Northwest 15th Court.
So moved.
So moved.
Moved and seconded for discussion. Good afternoon, Ms. Lamassier.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, CRA Board members. Cassandra Lamasserier, Real Property Manager for the CRA. So this is for Solstice Townhomes Phase 2 that staff received an unsolicited proposal. This is from FD Construction Consulting LLC and Solstice Townhomes LLC that are both Pompano Beach-based companies. This Phase 2 would be for 20 townhome units. It's a continuation of the Solstice Townhomes Phase 1 that is nearing completion of construction. In the unsolicited proposal, they're requesting 3 vacant CRA lots and 1 privately owned lot that they're under contract to purchase would also be incorporated. This is on North Dixie Highway on the west side between Northwest 14th Street and Northwest 15th Court. This was presented to the Northwest CRA Advisory Committee at their November 3rd meeting, and they did recommend unanimously acceptance of the unsolicited proposal. This is an image that's showing the Solstice Phase 1 progress. This is from a few months ago, so progress has gone even further since this picture was taken. So this shows location on the right. You can see the Phase 1 to the north. You can see the privately owned property that they're under contract to purchase, and then the CRA lots that they would like to be incorporated into Phase 2 are shown as properties 1, 2, and 3 on that aerial. Their proposed purchase price for the CRA lots is $275,000. They have a property appraiser market value of just over $529,000, Two of these lots were conveyed to the CRA by the city in 2002, and they've sat vacant since that time. The third lot was purchased by the CRA in 2009 for $116,000 and also has remained vacant since that time. The CRA did do the 30-day notice. It was advertised in the Sun Sentinel on October 26, 2025, inviting others that were interested to submit unsolicited proposals. As of today, we have not received any other proposals. The properties are all zoned B3, and as part of our process, the unsolicited proposal site plan information was given to the Planning and Zoning Division, and they did do a courtesy review in October, and their review memo was included in your backup. It's extremely similar in design, layout, and the site constraints to Phase 1. So their notations were similar to what needed to be done for Phase 1 to be built. So Phase 2 is going to have two sites. You've got Site A, which is directly south of the Phase 1 that's shown with the red crosshatch, and then south of that you have Site 2. They will do it as phased construction, working on Site A and then Site B. Each of the sites is going to have 10 townhome units, and those will be in two separate buildings, 6 units in one building, 4 in the other. So the 4 units are going to be 3-bedroom units, 2-bath with 2-car garage, and then the 6 2-bedroom units will also have a 1-car garage. Total area is just over 2,000 square feet for the 3-bedroom units and around 1,850 for the 2-bedroom units. This is a rendering that shows the appearance from the outside of what the exterior would look like. This is looking from the back because the garages will be facing the back, not Dixie Highway. The fronts of the units are the ones that face Dixie Highway, just like Phase 1. These are the elevations that show you what it would look like from the west, which is the rear with the garages, and then the east, which is what they would look like from Dixie Highway. And then I also wanted to include the interior renderings to show what they are proposing as far as the quality of finishes. They do not want to take shortcuts. They have Austin Fox engaged as their architect for this project, and they don't want this to be something that's value engineered to have a lower sales price. They want this to be a quality project. This is a rendering that shows the west elevation looking towards the southeast. So if you were looking over towards Dixie Highway, this is what you would see from the back. This is the east elevation if you were looking southwest. So if you were standing at Dixie Highway at the corner looking south and west, this is what the project would appear like, and you see the balconies that they've got as well. And then this is an east elevation. If you were standing down at that southwest corner of the building looking up towards the northwest, this is what it would appear like. So this is just the same unit mix that I had briefly gone over, showing their proposed units for the 3-bedroom, 2-bath units in the building B that has 4 units, and then the larger 6-unit building that will have 2 of the 3-bedroom units and 4 of the 2-bedroom units. And it does list the square footages so that you see where you come up with what's the finished under air versus the square footage for the garage to get the total square footage for those units. For the parking, I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised because parking is always a concern. They do exceed the required parking. They would have to provide 21. They're providing 30 parking spaces, and that does also include 10 guest spaces, which would be very much needed for those that come and visit. So they will be not only meeting our parking requirements, but exceeding them significantly. So on the Planning and Zoning courtesy review, they noted that each of the sites would require minor site plan approval. Because of the commercial land use and zoning, they would require an allocation of residential flex units. There would be a right-of-way abandonment for a portion of Dixie Highway because there's excess right-of-way that's not required. And there could possibly be right-of-way dedications as determined by the city engineer. They would also, and this is the same that they went through for Phase 1, so this is not anything that they weren't aware of and that they haven't already accomplished. The one thing they would need to do is a variance for a Type C buffer on the west side of the project. There is an alleyway that separates the west side of the project and the properties that are west of it, but because these lots are so shallow in depth, it's part of the reason they've sat vacant for so long, they would need need a variance so that they could adjust that buffer to still leave that alleyway in place and provide a smaller buffer. So their total project cost to develop the project is $8.4 million. In their unsolicited proposal, they did include a loan commitment from Bayport Funding LLC that's $6.321 million, and then they also would be investing $2.1 million in investor equity to complete the project. Their proposed sales price for the 2-bedroom, 1-car garage units would be $535,000, and then the 3-bedroom units, they're proposing a sales price of $550,000. They estimate that the taxable value per unit on completion for this property that now has exemption from taxes would be $385,000 per unit, so take that times 20. Definitely increases the tax base in that area. Their monthly project schedule that they included is projecting 26 months to completion. And the requested board action is acceptance of the unsolicited proposal and authorization for staff to for the negotiation of the property disposition and development agreement that would be brought back to this board for approval. That concludes my presentation. We do have the proposers and their architect here to answer any questions, and I'm also available to answer any questions. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Appreciate that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Please come forward. Just name and address for the record.
Hold on, let me get my glasses out real quick. Hey, good evening, well, good afternoon, Jocelyn Jackson. Could you please go back to the parcels at the city, that strip? Okay, that's 3. Parcel 3. I think you say the city paid 100 and...
So actually, you'll want to work your way from the bottom up. Parcel 1,
Okay.
the furthest south, is the one that the CRA purchased for $116,000, and then parcels 2 and 3 were ones that they came over, and the city had them, and the city conveyed them in 2002 over to the CRA.
So,
No price, free of charge.
okay, so now what did they pay for parcel 1? What are they giving for parcel 1?
Are you talking about what the CRA paid for parcel
No,
1?
what the
So for
company
all
is-
3 parcels combined, they're offering a $275,000 purchase price to the CRA.
Okay, that's a big deal for me. Let me tell you why. We did the DR Horton project, okay? The residents kind of lost with that project. I'm being transparent. You know, those homes almost 700,000. So these are the last parcels left for CRA. CRA really ain't got no more land left. I think they probably got about 2 or not too many. So I think we need to be cognizant of the last little portion of the land so the residents can have the benefit to become homeowners. That's what I'm thinking that these parcels are for, that the CRA is being a contribution where the city, the residents here in the city can afford to become a homeowner. Now with the pricing of that 2-bedroom at $535,000, they won't be able to utilize the program that the city have, because you can't be over 500,000. So if this is our last parcels of land, we lost a lot of land with that DR Horton project. So these last parcels that we have, I think we should be considerate when it's coming to these residents. You know, that's my opinion, and a suggestion as a good taxpayer in this city. That's what I think we need to consider. Because a 2-bedroom, $535,000, that's pricey. And we want, if this CRA, that our contributions that we pour back into we would like for our residents to be able to take advantage of these opportunities with the CRA. And that's my thought of it.
Very good. Thank you for that. Further input from the public? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion, questions, concerns.
Yes, Mayor.
Commissioner Perkins, and I've got Vice Mayor.
Yeah, I, excuse me, I supported the Phase 1 part of this, project. Of course, I will support Phase 2. However, we have, again, another development where it's over 500,000, and I know the going rate, I think, in my district is 400. So it really pushes those in the community out, of course, of this project, again, those that are living there, because most people in my district can't afford it. I really like the idea that you added additional parking. That's a plus. And what's the name of the project again?
Solstice Townhomes.
Solstice, yeah. And a lot of the developments that come into the area, I don't know where they get their names from. But I'm going to let this be the last project because we have so many projects, at least 12 projects in my district where the people actually live there can't afford to live anywhere in my district. And you push them out, and the developers make the money and they're gone. So that's what has happened to my district. And it started before I got elected. So, you know, there's nothing we can do about someone buying land and what they want to build there. I understand that. But we from the beginning, I would say in the early 2000s, we never had a vision for the Northwest. And I'm just going to just say this is the last because, as the young lady was saying, I was so excited about D.R. Horton, and they started out at $385 a house, and now it's up to $500,000. And it's like I didn't tell the community the truth because I started out with the $300,000, and that moved up to $500 and some thousand. And these developers would do anything to get in here to make their money, and they're gone. And the people that actually live here are those of us that have been here all our lives. We can't afford this. So I just like for CRA to consider that in the future, especially you, Mr. Newton, Tran, to consider that, you know, in the future. But basically, the community is, it's changing, and I think that's what a lot of people wanted, and it is. And my job is to make sure those that don't have housing can get housing, because that's my biggest complaint that I'm getting from my residents, that we need housing. We don't have any place to live. So I'm going to support this project and make sure that it's the last. Thank you.
Very good. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. I think we all hear about affordability with housing costs here. And I always say the beach gets all the luxury condos, and my district, and often District 5, District 4, and I guess District 2, we get more of the like apartment products, so rentals. And I think there's a big kind of missing middle for entry-level ownership opportunities. And so this meets that criteria for me. So one way that the city or the CRA can help incentivize what we want to build is by providing the land at some kind of affordable price. So I understand the deal here, but I also hear the concerns that this is not really that affordable, right? So it is entry-level ownership. It costs less than a single-family residence in the city. I guess it depends on the neighborhood, but for the most part, it's going to be at the lower price point. But these prices will fluctuate with the market, kind of like what happened the last time, right? So what happened before is it was 300 something, and then however long it took to come to fruition and build and start selling the townhomes, prices escalated here in the real estate market, increased, and then it was 500. So it's possible if the market goes up, they are not tied to these prices, right? That they will sell them for whatever the market is at the time that they start selling them. So if the market here continued to increase, these could sell for 600. There's nothing that prevents that, right?
Well, that would be in the resulting property disposition and development agreement, what the terms would be. So it depends on how that's written, what the requirements would be, and that comes from the board, the direction you give staff on what you want to see in that agreement.
Okay, so, but are we able to, I mean, I don't think we're able to cap the sales price, right? I guess, is there some kind of like payments that would come back to the CRA if these are sold at a certain price? How would you structure something? Because I like what we're doing here. We are providing land, a strange parcels of land that there's not much else to do on to create a product that we don't have a lot of. And we're doing that we're doing that by giving the land at a discount probably, to the appraised value. So how do we protect ourselves on the upside?
Yes, so, new and trans area director. So what you have here, technically the developer can come in and do 46 units an acre in an apartment scenario. We've been in discussions with the developer of how important home ownership is and how the community feels on overdevelopment and density, especially in this area. The developer could have built more townhomes, but they didn't, and they stuck with 10 at a price point where, it's profitable for them, but not like overkill, because that's really what the price point is for labor and construction costs. What we tried to do as a CRA is, if you remember in your budget, we tried to put in, the down payment assistance. That's the key. Is these units are a little higher than what our housing department could use their funds for, the federal funds. So that's why we came up with that is, okay, this could bridge that gap. If we can go up to 100,000 of down payment assistance like Palm Beach County does, that does offset, 526 down to 426 for these is a much more affordable range. So we would rather do that than to deed restrict the property. Deed restricting the property does affect quite a bit and it's long term. So marketability of the property deed restricted is not as good as one that's not. So we would rather offset it with down payment assistance or purchase assistance.
Thank you for that explanation. I agree with you. I mean, deed restrictions probably, the value of it goes down, but that doesn't mean that, and so on this end, we can do something to help make it more affordable, which is by, selling the property at a reasonable price. But if there's something else we can do when they're selling the units to the public to make it affordable, and in particular to Pompano residents, we need to keep in mind how important that is. And the other question I had is, actually I had two other questions. You advertise this, it says with a 30-day notice on October 26th. So 30 days isn't up, right?
Correct. And so the reason why we did that prior to this meeting is if you choose to accept the proposal, by the time a property disposition and development agreement would come back to the board, that 30-day period would have lapsed and we would know whether or not any proposals would have been received. It'll actually be up next week. And so we wanted to at least get the ball rolling on that advertisement so that if we could even get this on your December agenda, you would know that no other proposals had been received. Now, if one is received within that 30-day window, we would then evaluate that proposal, present that to the Northwest CRA Committee, and in the situation where we receive more than one unsolicited proposal, the Northwest has formed a subcommittee to evaluate those so that they can make a recommendation to the board. So that's how we would handle it should another proposal come in during that 30-day period that's almost expired.
Okay. So when I first read it, the consideration of an unsolicited development proposal, it sounded like this 30 days is part of the required process to accept that. So I had assumed that had elapsed until I dug into this. So if something comes in next week, what happens? You bring that back to us?
So if something comes back in next week, the first step is staff evaluates it against our unsolicited proposal checklist to see if all the information has been submitted or to require missing information. We then would take that to the Northwest CRA Advisory Committee and ask them for a recommendation. In the situation in the past recently where we did have another unsolicited proposal come in after the advertisement, they thought the most prudent thing to do would be to have 3 of the Northwest Advisory Committee members create an evaluation subcommittee and treat it how you would, similar to requests for proposals, and evaluate it and score it based on criteria. So that would be the way we would handle that. That's the most fair that we can think of, instead of just bringing you 2 proposals and saying pick, allowing that Northwest CRA committee to do some evaluation on your behalf and then bring it forward to you.
Okay. Was there any negotiation of that 275,000, or that was just what came in as the unsolicited bid? There's been no negotiations with the proposer?
I always try to find the balance between the purchase price, and I don't know if that was the initial offer, but that was the final resulting offer. In this case, since the CRA only had $116,000 invested in our acquisition cost, and we were at least recouping that, being able to have that home ownership product, like Director Tran said, you know, we've been approached because people want to put in gas stations or apartments. That's not what we want to see there. We agree with Commissioner Perkins, home ownership is extremely important. And I think the down payment assistance that we can offer helps bridge the gap so that the community can go in. Their sales prices that they're proposing, they're in line with the townhouses that are a couple blocks away that are smaller, 1-car garages that are listed right now for anywhere between $485,000 and $495,000. Actually, some of them were at $500,000 and they did reductions. So it's not that they're overpriced, but it's the fact of affordable. It means something different based on how much money you earn, because what might be affordable to me is not affordable to Ms. Jackson or to Commissioner Smith. So that's really the challenge of making sure that they have the ability to be able to set their pricing, but we have the ability to be able to offset that with some type of program the CRA can offer, so that we can make home ownership opportunities available to those that wouldn't qualify through the city's Office of Housing and Urban Improvement.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on any of that. It is, affordability is subjective, and this is the type of housing that we need. Unfortunately, it comes at a price that it doesn't necessarily meet some of the other goals that we have for creating affordable ownership opportunities. And to that point, Commissioner Perkins said this is the last time. Are there other parcels that can be aggregated that are a sufficient size to do these type of projects going forward, or are we out? Because Ms. Jackson said, oh, we're out. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of land in the Northwest CRA. Is there anything developable?
So we have some assemblages that are unfortunately landlocked. So they don't have public right-of-way, so they're not buildable at this time. The other assemblies that we have one infill lot that is deed restricted that'll be coming forward that we received unsolicited proposals for. We have a lot on Northwest 27th Ave that we've also received unsolicited proposals for 4 townhomes on. And then outside of that, the only large assemblies that we have that will be issuing a solicitation in the future would be on the east side of Powerline Road, around Northwest 3rd, Northwest 4th. So that's really about what we've got left that is not, you know, part of the downtown per se, that is buildable readily. The only other lot we have that's somewhat sizable is on Northwest 27th Avenue, but it's unplatted. So if anyone was wanting to do anything with a decent number of units or a commercial building, they would have to go through the platting process.
Okay, can you get us a map of that so we can see? I mean, no rush with the holidays, but I would like to see a map.
It's always online. So
of what you just described with what is actually developable for and how many units. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, we don't necessarily project units because that's such a variable depending on what someone's going to propose, but indicating something that could support residential versus commercial only versus the landlocked lots is something we'd be happy to provide.
Thank you. I mean, I'm familiar with the landlocked lots that we've been working on and most of these parcels, but I am curious how much is left for these type of projects. Okay, I think that's all I have for now. I was just curious why we were doing this now instead of waiting until after that time expired, but thank you for the clarification.
Very good. Further commission discussion? Commissioner Segerson-Eaton?
Yes, thank you. Can you just finished with, Cassie, there, those are CRA or city-owned properties that you're speaking of?
Yes, those are specifically CRA owned, yes.
Okay, so there's plenty of privately owned properties that are eligible for redevelopment or development if they want to be purchased individually. So we do have a lot of, we're a big city. I also wonder, I want to point out that with the down payment assistance, et cetera, we have the first-time homebuyers program. And the maximum amount of that doesn't really reflect what we have in today's market. And I think something we might want to look at, Mayor, is to adjust that to the market rate, because you can't find a house. Well, you can, but for what the maximum amount is, and I think it's around 400,000. So it might be something we want to look at. Every time I drive down Dixie, I'm so proud to see those townhouses there. It's beautiful, and I like the continuity of continuing the same design, the same plan. They're beautiful and they're well done, you can see. And with it also, the beautification of Dixie Highway is really, really improving the whole outlook of the area, and it's making a big difference. I mean, these lots are basically almost unbuildable in a lot of sense. So I just want to congratulate the company there for doing such a good job, and I would like to see this continue even more. So thank you.
Very good. Just question. I think I saw in the backup where you or zoning encouraged them to look at the abandonment of the alley. Is that correct?
Yes, they were encouraging them to look at either abandonment of it, or they were talking about an access easement, because really you need to be able to incorporate that alleyway to be able to access the property from the backside where the garages are. And that's similar to what they did with the Solstice Phase 1.
Right.
They had that same situation with those small alleyways that were running in between the property to the west and the site they were building on.
Very good. Yeah, it seems like they've come upon a nice, almost cookie cutter type situation, kind of like the Kenny Davis homes, where they finish one, they move on to another one, and keep on going and changing the face of Dixie Highway, as Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton was pointing out. Great job. Very good. Thank you. Commissioner Perkins, did you?
Yes. Commissioner Fournier, just for the record, I wanted to let you know the only project I have left in my district for affordable is on Northwest 6th Avenue, which is owned by the Pompano Beach Housing Authority. So it's quite a bit of land, and that will be affordable. I'm looking so forward to that. I'm proud of that project. On one side of the project, I think there will be 36 single-family homes built, and on the opposite side of 6th Avenue will be townhouses. And they're all affordable, and that's what we want. All right, thank you.
Very good. Further commission discussion? Seeing none, let's call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins.
Yes.
Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton.
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier.
Yes.
Mayor Harton.
Yes, there is no additional audience to be heard.
That's
Correct,
correct.
Mr. Alf?
Right.
Very good. Takes us up to reports. Mr. Tran, Executive Director. Is you speak in the microphone?
Yes. So on the dais, you have backup on Northwest 6th Avenue. I'm going to bring Kimberly Vasquez up to update you.
Okay.
That's the report.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, Board members. Kimberly Vasquez, CRA Project Manager. Just going to provide you with a brief update as what's occurring from Northwest 6th Avenue, which is, as you remember, the removal of the roundabouts at Northwest 6th Street, 8th Street, and replacement with raised tables at Northwest 6th and 8th Streets, as well as Northwest 10th Street. And I just wanted to let you know what's been occurring since we approved the contract with Alexander Johnson. We actually procured the services of Dudley Professional Services, which is a communications team, to assist us with communicating the information out to the residents, the school, Broward County Transit, city, churches, businesses, as well as Mitchell Moore and EPAT Larkins. Reports have been provided to you, which is their report of who they've reached out to as of November 14th. They are continuing as of today and will work with us during the whole project timeline. Information has been provided on a flyer, as well as we did door hangers, and we did have those translated also into Creole as well as Spanish for those who don't speak, English is not their first language. We also put our phone numbers as well as DPS to anybody who needs to reach out or wants additional information. We've also set up a special website page just for this project in particular, and you'll see the QR code was part of what we passed out so that anybody can just scan that QR code. It takes them to that website. We've provided a map of what's going to occur as well as the maintenance of traffic when the detours do occur. We have 2 message boards that have been placed going northbound and southbound, just notifying the public that this project will begin to occur. We're anticipating December 7th, the week of December 7th. The comments to date by the residents that those have been spoken to are in favor of the project. They're really excited about it. They're glad to see the roundabouts go because they don't work as they currently are today. And we're finalizing the permit for the construction and expect to have a pre-construction meeting the first week of December. They anticipate, like I said, to mobilize after December 7th. The contractor is utilizing the vacant lot directly behind City Vista, that's CRA-owned property. They did do a temporary use permit, and that's where their staging site will be. They have put up the fence. They still have to do the screening, and they'll do that once they start to mobilize. That really concludes my report. I'll take any comments, questions, or any advice that this board may have on furthering any communications we need to do about this project.
Very good. Thank you for that. Any questions, concerns, comments from the commission? Seeing none? Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, Ms. McKenna, CRA attorney.
Very briefly, as we approach Thanksgiving week, I just want to express my gratitude to all of you for the privilege of serving as your CRA attorney. And I want to wish all of you and everyone here and everyone listening at home a very happy and memorable special Thanksgiving.
Thank you. All right, our next meeting date is December 16th, 2025. Mr. Tran, is that confirmed that we're having a meeting on that date?
We have a few items, yeah.
Okay, very good, thank you. December 16th, 2025, we're here. All right, that takes us up to CRA Board. Commissioner Fessick is not with us today. Commissioner Perkins.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I wanted to piggyback off what was just said by Kim. I can say for the first time, I'm so happy to work with this project with CRA. They've done a very good job as far as informing the public as to what's coming. We've been very dissatisfied with these roundabouts in the community forever. And as I stated to you back in the day, for some reason, City Manager Hargeret decided he wanted to put roundabouts because they were trying to improve 6th Avenue, and the road was really just too small for roundabouts. And we had mentioned it and complained, like I said, to EPAT Larkins, and he's like, well, just let them put it in and we'll take them out later. And here we are today. So I'm very happy about this project. I've been putting it out in the community for the last month that this is going to take place. And I was very happy today that I received that call to say that the signs actually went up today. So I do know that you have 2 message signs put up, and we probably need to consider the 3rd one on 15th and 6th. But I'm very happy. The developer that's doing this project, Alexander, we have been talking, and we want to make sure we can make it as convenient as possible because this project's going to take about 180 days. Am I correct? And I think that's going to fall right into the Christmas holidays, but the end result is going to be worth it. So I really do thank you for having your team out knocking on doors and leaving the floor, the door hangers. Right now, I'm very happy with RMA. But this project right here, I'm happy right now. So I hope it lasts forever. Anyway, that's it. Oh, lastly, I wanted to wish my mom a happy birthday. She will be 94 on Friday.
All right, yeah.
And also sitting in the audience here, stand up. Can you help her? I bet you can't guess how old she was on Sunday. How old were you on Sunday? Yes. Ah, I wasn't expecting that. She and my mom are the same age. She just turned.
Congratulations.
She just turned 94 on Sunday. We were all in church together at Mount Calvary, and we were so happy to have her there. Now, this lady gets around more than I do. Every event, even my event I had Saturday on the park, the Music on the Park, Smooth Sounds Soiree, she doesn't miss it. She's always there. So that's Miss Runette Williams, and we thank God for her, and that's it. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Happy birthday to you. Very good. Commissioner Seegerson-Eaton?
I just want to wish everyone a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. That's it. Thanks, Mayor.
Very good, thank you. Commissioner Smith?
The same. Blessings to everyone on Thanksgiving.
Very good, thank you. Vice Mayor?
Thank you. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to your mom, Commissioner Perkins. She's not here with us today, or we could all sing.
We'll hear about that later.
Her birthday present is she didn't have to come to a meeting. I just want to echo what Commissioner Perkins said. I'm not as involved in this project because it's not my district, but seeing these kind of outreach efforts by an outreach firm that's going door to door and giving feedback on what they're hearing and the signage is a really great way to start a construction project off right. I know the McNabb Road project is not in the CRA, but we've had, I think similar positive outreach over on that project. So appreciate these efforts and let's keep going with that. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Enjoy the holiday and happy birthday, of course, certainly. 94 years, that's a lot to be proud of. Thank you. Congratulations. This meeting's adjourned.